Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Bryant coming at you with another video. This is the second build video for the TOS Enterprise, the NCC-1701, same for the original series, 1/350 scale. This video too, I'm just going to go over some things that I have been doing so far. It is, at this point, it is early Sunday morning on May 24th. Yeah. So let's go ahead and I'll go through some of these changes. The first thing I wanted to take a look at is the pylons. These are the kit pieces. As you know, I have them labeled so I know which one goes where. The pylons in the previous video, yes, they have already been painted. The only other thing I did was also glue in the plastic kit parts, the little squares, and I used photo etch as well, and the photo etch went on top of it. It was painted as well. It was painted, I will put the color at the top on the screen. I have to research it because I can't remember exactly what it was. It was a gray color. It was acrylic gray from Testers. I can't remember exactly which gray it is right now at the top of my head. But it's basically looking at these along with like the nacelle parts right there. They're all gray. So yeah, they're all gray. It's all the same color. But I did happen to get those painted and installed. Pylons in. They're glued onto the parts themselves. One of these is actually broken. Yeah, this one right here is broken. I was doing some work the other day and I snapped it off, so I'm gonna have to re-glue it back. But that's done. Also, just going into the lighting. The lighting kit I went with was the Tena Controls 50th anniversary, which includes the actual electric motors to run the Bassards. I'm also adding, because the kit itself is only basically the strobes for the saucer, so shuttle bay lighting, strobes for the secondary hull, and the Bassards, the motors for the Bassards, and then the LED board for the Bassards as well. It doesn't include any interior lighting. So I also added some blue strips I purchased from HDA Model Works. This is a blue LED strip. This one I might have to move up a little bit. It's too far down, so I need to move it up just a taste, so it'll actually glow the whole entire other part of the nacelle, because there's going to be another part that goes right here. You'll see later on in the video. That needs to be moved. I also glued in the front parts of the nacelles with the motor housing, or the Bassard motor housing, if that's what you want to call it. That's been glued in on both of the nacelles. My other nacelle is kind of missing right now, but and also I've already started working and adding in some additional length to the wires, because the wires have to meet at the secondary hull, because two of the Bassards and the motors, they actually get connected to each other, which of course the nacelles on two sides of the ship, starboard and port, so they have to meet and get connected. Some of the wires have to meet and get connected inside of the ship, so I have to elongate these a little bit. And then I also wired in these blue LED strips into the nacelles as well, so they will, get power as well. Moving over again to the saucer. Of course, it's two pieces. The bottle piece, what I just did, I just added some reflective tape inside to help the light bounce a little bit better, because I have the interior lights mounted on the top, so they'll therefore bounce down and then reflect up. So hopefully it'll be a little bit more even. With that, we'll see once I get everything mounted up and all of that. This is kind of just jerry-rigged together. I just have a 9-volt clip here. At some point it's not going to work, because the more stuff I add, the 9-volt battery is just not going to run it. But I do have some stuff I bought from a socket and a power supply I bought from a local electronics store here in Spartanburg. So I'll be using that at some point. This is the electrical board that runs all the electronics, as far as the strobes and the interior lighting and the impulse lighting I put in the other day, and basically all the other lighting other than the nacelles and the nacelles, basically, because they run on a separate part of the kit. But that's all it is. It's very small, which is interesting that it's that small. But the one for my refit, the control board is huge. It's like twice the size of that, if not maybe 3. Anyway, I did also install this piece right here. That piece is for the sensor dish, or sensor dome, whatever you want to call it. It goes right there, so it'll have a light in there as well. I also had to wire up another light, because this kit didn't include also the strobe light that goes on the top of the nacelle that blinks. It blinks, along in tandem with the other lights there. Yeah, that looks bad. I will be fixing that at some point in the near future. That was a mess up that I might have to fix. And that's about it with that. Nothing really else. I'm still working on some more stuff with that, because I'm having an issue with the strobes, not strobes, but the navigation lights, the red and green. I'm not really liking how they're shining, so I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with those. So I might put this up right quick and let you all see what it looks like so far. It's a mock-up of my Bassart collector. Ralph from Tena Controls, he recommends, or not recommends, he has an option of something in there I can cut off to make it spin slower. This is the starboard nacelle, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't started on the other one. There's a couple things I have to do to basically before I start getting some stuff together with that. Here's the port motor right there for the other side, and the other cap. This part comes with the lighting kit itself. I have to drill out some areas in here, so the board for the part right here, so it can sit flush, because those little chips there won't make it sit flush. So I have to bore out some areas in here to make sure that happens, and then I can just put in the board and the motor and all of that, and then I'll be done with that. I also ordered some blue lighting strips for the inside, because I am lighting the inside of my nacelles. On the show they weren't lit, but for budget constraints, as I understand, that's why they weren't lit. Which is, I'm actually wondering, I'm not quite sure, but I'm not even sure, was it actually set up to light, they just didn't go through the full thing of it, or they just never lit it, period. Like, does it actually have the hardware? Well, mine will, because, being that it's going to be with the refit and with the traditional Star Trek. Look at the NX-01 all the way, in all the ships they have the blue nacelles for the chiller grills. So I want to do that. Also, I will be, after I put in the foil tape in the saucer section, I will be putting in some white LED tape to go ahead and get that together so I can get ready to have my internal lighting set up so that can get wired in a little bit later. I also have my power supply, which is a 12 volt 2 amp power supply set up as well. It's in another room right now. So that will be added later on. But let me show you these strobes on the bottom of the saucer, if I can get them lit. The bottom of the saucer again. Take the brightness down a little bit so you can see without the extra noise. It's coming along. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks I'll have more stuff hooked up. Going a little closer here. Coming along. It needs to be diffused a little bit more.